It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor? Welcome to this neighborhood, neighbor.
It's the world's greatest superhero collection, featuring Batman and the other half of the dynamic duo, Robin. The Hulk, that green superhero, he's fully posable. Falcon, the winged black superhero. Shazam and Iron Man. The world's greatest superheroes collection. Each superhero action figure sold separately from Mego.
What's up, Mego Like Geeks and Freaks? Let's get a little more light on it, shall we? Start with that. There we go. All right. Light up the room a bit. It's been a while since we did this. It's time to get back on the road and do it again. Had a little bit of a bout with my daughter being sick in the hospital last week and a few other things going on at work. So it's going to be a busy, it is and has been and will be a busy rest of the summer and beginning of summer all the way through. So got a couple things to show you. Something very special to show you today. First, I'm going to do a little something on August 1st. For those of you guys who like to nerd out with a little Dungeons and Dragons, if you will. Get this out of the way first. Okay. Like to nerd out on August 1st in the United States. They released these. I picked these up today. Got some for some friends. And I thought they were just fantastic. These are the official United States Post Office Dungeons and Dragons stamps for 2024. I have a friend over in Germany who told me that they actually put these out, their own version out in the UK. I'm pretty sure they're different. I'm sure they're different. Let's see if I can get a set of those too. Those are pretty cool. All right, on another note, I'm going to show you some knockoffs bootleg figures. I thought they were customs, to be honest with you. The guy's telling me that they're bootlegs, they were made in 2019 and so on. I don't know. They've got all the markings for something that was made in China and a bootleg, but there's just something about the cards and stuff that makes me think that they're not. But he swears that they are. All right, so the first one, these are... yeah, they're about 12 inches tall. I got that right, 12, 13. Let's get a G.I. Joe and find out. I'm really curious to see if they actually have the same height. Actually, I'll borrow this for a moment. Okay. Yep, they are 12 inches in height. There's some relatively posable doll bodies, if you will. This one is Dracula. Supposedly, this 12-inch figure, what I'm saying, supposedly has a spooky glow, and it looks like they stole the artwork right off of I guess this is Marvel's Tomb of Dracula comic. It does have a number on the back, made in China. Now guy that's making customs could do it, but he swears that these were made in 2019. I don't want to take it out of the bag just yet. Supposedly the head glows in the dark. If it is a custom, he did some extra work in there. I mean, a bootleg. They actually did some pretty interesting work in there. It's a nice medallion on it. He's got shoes. He's pretty much dressed in a typical. He's got his cape. He's pretty dressed in a regular Dracula gear, if you will. It's a nice looking figure, and I'm happy for having this. Even if it was custom, I'd love to have it. But from the same guy, I had to get this too. You're all familiar with Indiana Jones, of course. But did you know about Indiana Jack? That's right, Indiana Jack. I said, like, the back is kind of shitty printed. It does have a marking number for China. He's a little cheesy. one of the reasons I thought it might be custom on this plastic, it's probably hard to see on camera, but it looks like he must have paint or something on his hands because there's a little bit of the plastic like it's coming off. But he comes with his fedora hat. He's got some gems in there. If you guys can see him, it's hard to see. He's got a map. His gun is basically a Han Solo laser pistol that's been chromed out. He's got a whip. He's even got a little bottle of booze in there. So leather jacket, tie, and so on. I should take him out. He's got some okay posability, but he's quite interesting. He's gonna look fun in the collection, whether he's really a bootleg or not. Definitely looks like a bootleg to me. And then this happened to be in the box. I was throwing out some boxes, right? So I get a decent amount of boxes here, and I stack them up, and then I break them down and get them out. But this guy, I was taking out. It's a good thing to go through your boxes and check through all the packing material, especially if there's popcorn. This was in the bottom as a thank you. Didn't even know from the seller, and I don't know exactly what these are, but these are some kind of plasticky jelly skeletons, if you will. And they're pretty cool. I love Halloween shit, so they're pretty cool. But they were just in there. I found many things that I thought would not or would not have known. Things going through popcorn, finding like old shells for Topper Tiger tanks. I found loose parts that fell out of the bag. Sometimes I found shit in there I don't think the guy knew it was in there. It showed up. It was completely unrelated to something I bought. All right. So the next thing I want to show you is, let's just do it. I've been looking for this for a while. Is this. Oops, this way, because I have it the other side. The Mego Super Beta. Surprisingly, other than this crush part on this box over here, the box is in really good shape. It's barely got any crease marks. Even the inside's very nice. I was surprised because these things have gone up in price, and I got this for a steal. I had this actually as a kid, believe it or not. I'm not quite sure what Mego had in mind. I'm showing you the inside of the box. It's just clean inside. I don't know what Mego had in mind for this thing. It's a toy. It's a game of skill. It's a stupid game. It's not even a game. It's junk. I remember I had this as a kid. All I remember is trying to make the thing fly down, and it takes a lot of setup and all whatnot. But it is original Mego, which I like. Now this one, somebody had taped what I believe looked like Christmas paper to the box. So I took whatever paper I could get off, and I tried to take the tape, but it looks like it's lifting some of the graphics. So probably hit that with a hair dryer so we can dry out that tape, have that just fall off on its own. But I love the box. It's in great shape. Very excited. Normally these things are beat to shit, and I don't know why, because nobody ever played with the damn thing. It's kind of stupid ass game to begin with, but it has everything, including. If you never had one of these, I'm going to demonstrate it to you. The original instructions. And you basically lift the string and he flies down, and he's supposed to grab the secret plans and pop the button, which sends up a card, which I'll show you. And then you drop the string to make him slide back the other way. It's gravity stuff. Tells you how to hook it up. They do have Spider-Man on there. For those of you who wonder, how does he grab it? Well, he's got an oven mitt. And actually, believe it or not, it came with 2 blue oven mitts. I have one here and one on Spider-Man. I'll show you in a minute. And they just glued a little piece of Velcro to it. I mean, they're literally Batman oven mitts. Pretty funny kind of stuff there, if you will. But these were some of the cards they had. Mr. Mixoplex, Penguin. And the other side, we had Joker and Riddler, if you will. The other one, which I have in here, which I'm going to take out. And again, I'll show this to you guys in a minute. I'm not sure I'm going to do that yet, but I will. Is the Green Goblin and the Jungle Chief. Now, the Jungle Chief, nobody knows where it came from. I think it's just a Mego made-up character, or at least nobody I met knows where it came from. But it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool character. Now, I'm going to show you something just as a side note, because if you guys are familiar with Electric Milk and Mr. Art Baltazar, he put together a Jungle Chief figure. You can see he has the Jungle Chief. This is his rendition of it. These were customs that he made for Mr. Art Baltazar. But the figures, actually, it's pretty cool. He was actually painting these and putting them together live during one of his sessions, and it's actually a really nice figure. Put in yellow suit, you paint up the suit. Comes a little staff spear thing here. He's got his boots. It's actually quite, I love it. I actually love it. It's just one of those things that you wish Mego had done and never did, probably because nobody knew where it was. And the consensus so far from most people I've spoken to and read is that the this guy's just so crazy. The Jungle Chief probably came, went in line with the Tarzan figure. That's probably would make the most sense, right? So the idea is you take one of these cards, you pop it in the top, you hang one of these cards, you get the matching one. So for example, valuable golden nuggets stored in deep freeze, and you don't have to do it, but the idea is that that goes with the penguin card, hilarious hidden vanishing cream plans for the mighty duo. And of course, then you would put that in with Joker. The neat thing about these is that behind each one of these cards, the body weakening kryptonite buried in solid lead. Behind each one of these, it's just felt. You see the blue, it's felt. It's just glued to the back. So the idea is you could grab this with the Velcro glove. Of course, the nasty secret plans. It looks like they use 2 different color felts, but it's not as easy as you think. It's not really a game of skill. It's more a game of luck and trial and error, but it is pretty much a shitty game. So I'm going to see if I can show it to you. Give you guys a little rendition of what this can do. I'm not sure quite how I'm going to do it. Let's see, we'll turn it around this way. Actually, we'll go this way. So the idea is there's a clamp. If you look down here, there's a plastic clamp, and this piece actually, let's see if I can get this off. Okay. So you have this clamp that you screw onto the table, and then this has a little grip. I can do this with one hand now. And the one good thing I'd say I give Mego credit for in doing this, if I can get this on, is that they made it so that no matter which way you put the clamp, even if you put it horizontally, you'd be able to clip this on. I don't want to, it's so old, I don't want to break it. There we go. All right. So you take one of some plan or some nasty secret plan with Velcro on it. This one's actually in green, not in blue. And there's a little hook here, and you just hook it on there. Part the felt to the back. You grab your villain card and you put them in the slot. And the idea is when it hits this, you hit this, boom, the villain pops up. You grab the plans, you pop this, and off it goes. Here, what they basically do is give you a really thick piece of fishing line. Okay, and you have this little plastic plug, and there's a hole here. All you do is feed it through and just push it in to kind of give it there. All right, the next thing I have to do from here, this is a lot of fun trying to figure out. On the end of this, you have a handle, which is the other end of the fishing line. And along that fishing line, you have this, I don't know what the hell they call this thing. They call this the flyby or whatever the hell it is. I don't know. Anyway, on the back, it's the super backpack. It has these straps. I am not going to put them on because I'm going to tell you this. I'm afraid they're going to break. So what I do is I put a piece of wire in there just for now, just to hold them to give you a demonstration. I'm going to say that it works a hell of a lot better with type 1 bodies than type 2 because the type 1 bodies happen to be, I believe, a little skinnier or just the way it fits is better. But you'd put the oven mitt with the Velcro on. You stick his hand out. All right, so we're going to pull this out because now it's a mess. Just got this fishing line to deal with. Okay. Then you're going to take these pieces and hook the fishing line over. This is just kind of a guy that hooks some spin around, if you will. And the idea is that you pull this fishing line out. You're going to hook this thing over the fishing line. There's actually 2 hooks for it, I guess, to be extra safe and maybe give it some balance. All right, there you go. Now we're going to pull this back. This is what I'm saying. It's so dumb. You're not going to even see it because you can't see it from where I'm going. But the idea is that I pull this, I lift this up higher than what it is. Down he goes, and we're going to see if he can grab the secret plans and pop the villain, which I don't think is going to happen because it doesn't usually work too well. Come on, man, get in there. There we go. And the other problem is with this, like every other Mego oven mitt you will ever deal with, is they don't love to stay on. They love to come off because it's a pretty shitty design, to be honest with you. All right, we're just going to show you how it works. You're not going to see it pop anything up because I'm not going to do that. I'm like terrified to break the damn thing. All right, here we go. Ready, and boom. Nope. And he didn't pick up the secret plans. All Spider-Man did was bump his head into the thing. But you get the idea of what it was, of what you would do with it. And as you, when you're standing on the other side of the room, a whole 6 feet away, just so you don't have to walk up and pick up Spider-Man, all you do is drop it so he spins back and comes the other direction, or whatever character you want, and so on. But yes, that is the amazing Super Vader. Unlike the Darth Vader, the Super Vader is an interesting toy, if you will. Oh, you've never seen one of them in person? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Let me take it apart and I'll show you. So let me get this wire off because this wire was just to hold Spider-Man on. So the thing with the belt, I don't know why Mego did this, because the belt's clearly got, you can see here, it starts to get a little weak. So when you start wrapping this around, trying to wrap this around, eventually it's going to break, right? What they need to do is bring it out like another 1/2 inch or maybe 3/4 inch. It's too small. I mean, it's so tight, it'll hold the figure in, but just put extra holes. The problem is getting it wrapped around is a bit of a bitch. It's kind of got this spinning mechanism so you can allow it to go and come back. And there's some other shit you can do with this, I guess, to make it go better. But the back has the super backpack. All right, you can open this up. And I guess I'm guessing this is where you keep the gloves, because I can't imagine what else would go in theirs. When it packs up, it goes like this, but it's a super backpack. It's pretty dumb. All right, so let's take this apart. It's quite easy to take apart. I can see where a kid would be bored with this in about less than 5 minutes. Your handle, and this is your very long fishing line. It's pretty thick fishing wire, so if you needed to, or plastic wire, but you could use fishing wire. It is fishing wire, just a thick gauge. You could replace it. There's this little plug in here. You can see where they just knot it. They put it through, and that's what grabs the hole. But you could come up with something if you ever lost that to do that as well. You should have had an elastic belt hold. Yeah, I agree. I think it's better off with a rubber band or elastic. I mean, you're supposed to hit it pretty hard, so you got to lift it up, make it come down pretty hard to knock the thing out, make it do what it's supposed to do. I'm just gonna start putting this back together because I was so happy to get it. I had no idea that the box was going to be this good, to be honest with you. Really had no idea. It was just something that I was like, oh, that looks pretty good. Everything on eBay looks good. And when it got here, I was like, holy shit. I mean, I got to be honest, the kid probably opened it and didn't use it more than twice. Maybe no more. Maybe he didn't even use it because it's barely touched. That's a crazy part. There's no scratch or anything on it. We get the gloves in there. Love to put this shit in Ziploc bags and then put it back in. That way it's kind of held and preserved. It's pretty easy to take apart. Nice and easy. But again, pop this in. The superhero comes down and he grabs the plans off your thing and hits this. Off you go. See it from the back. And this is here. So, like I said, this little clamp, which a kid can do, it's just a little clamp. So whether you put it this way and clip it to the side of something, and then you can drop the back of the whatever you call it, this thing on it, either this way or this way, which was some good forward thinking. I'll give them that. And it's a little vise. That's it. Just a little vise. Nothing too crazy or anything like that. But that is the Super Vader. Like I said, not the Darth Vader, just the Super Vader. We're going to get it put away. This is the only thing that sucks about a toy like this is you start getting a rat's nest, especially when it's fishing wire. Got to pull it apart, so we're going to come up with a better solution for that. Put that stuff together because I don't want to dig it up, if you will. It's very cool. Like I said, it's in really good shape. And I meant to ask the guy if maybe it was his or something because Did anybody else ever have one of these things? I know I had one. I had a Planet of the Apes treehouse. I had this. I had Dr. Zaius. I had Cornelius or Galen, whichever one it was. I don't remember. Never had Zira. I think I had Urko or Ursus, one of the two. And that was it for Planet of the Apes. I had a few superheroes. I had Batman, Robin, the Joker. I don't remember having Tarzan. I had a few of the Wild West figures, or the Western figures. Wild West, the Western figures. Trying to think what else. I mean, I had Big Jim, G.I. Joe. So the breadth and scope of my action figures as a kid was pretty diverse. Not crazy. I had Lone Ranger, stuff like that. Pull that apart. Lone Ranger and all that stuff. But definitely a dumb game, if you want the truth. It's as dumb as they come. But it's still old vintage Toy Mego, and I don't know why they're so expensive now. I got to be honest with you. I don't really know anybody who wants these things other than yours truly. Well, maybe there is a group out there that loves this. Wrapped it up. So some exciting things coming up. I know August. Jesus Christ, what is it? I'm trying to think. Today's the 3rd, 2nd. Is it the 16th or 17th? Is Zolicon? Warminster, PA. I'll be going out there, try and see if I can catch up with Vin from Vin's Universe. And I understand this will be where Mego Meet will be held. That'll be fun. So if you guys are looking forward to the new and improved Mego Meet, sorry, sometimes I have to be a dick. You could check them out over there at Zolicon. They'll be there. But definitely looking forward to meeting Vin and picking up some of the figures that he has for me there that I need to grab. I'm very excited to get them, including, hopefully he has it, is Shocker from Spider-Man and an 8-inch Mandalorian, which I think is fantastic. So what are you guys collecting these days? What are you guys grabbing off the shelves, off eBay? Has anybody refused to buy from eBay these days? Has anybody gone ahead and just said, F it, I'm done with them? Instructions. Anybody had enough? It always amazes me you have to pay taxes on things on eBay from other countries. I get it if you got to pay sales tax in your state or states that are supporting states, but I have to pay sales tax for Italy, Netherlands, Germany. If you guys haven't bought anything overseas, you will pay their sales tax, which to me is absolutely incredibly bullshit. And I love it. eBay's like, oh, we need a petition to stop the government from making us do this shit. Okay, whatever. Not quite sure how they can force you to collect taxes from other countries like that, but then again, who knows? It is the good old U.S. government. No offense to anyone, but some fucked up shit. Oh my goodness. So custom guide, you made any good customs lately? Have you been working on anything there? Anything new? So much fun when you like doing this. You wonder if anybody even hears what you're saying. Ask me why I do these so late at night. Well, one, because I usually do them with very few people interacting at this late at night, although I do get a few. And it always blows me away how many people will come in very late at night, although I guess on the other side of the country, it's not that late. But yeah, it does blow me away. It really does. It's about the only time I get free to do stuff. Love this figure from Art Baltazar. He did a nice job on it. He really did. I love what he did with it. Goes great. Absolutely goes great. He calls him Migor, the Jungle Chief. And of course, one of our favorites is Spider-Man. Oh my God, I put these on. I'm getting so blind. I had thumb surgery. Ooh. Wow. Thumb surgery. Jesus. What the hell happened? If you don't mind me asking. You don't have to tell us, but sorry, man. I hope you feel better. I really do. I hope you feel better soon. Any kind of surgery sucks. My daughter, sorry, she wasn't doing so well for about 10 days. I took her to the doctor, and the doctor's like, if she needs to go to the hospital, just take her. She doesn't feels anything weird. It's like, okay. So I took her. Of course, I hate going to the emergency room. You just sit there and you wait and you wait. Oh my God. It's like all night. So they put her in a room, not in a room, they put her in like a temporary room. At 4 a.m, they wake us up. You know, my daughter's autistic, for those of you who don't know, and that kind of shit just, not that she acts out, but it's difficult for her. So they move us to the hallway. Yes, to the hallway. And leave us there. Say, don't worry, we're getting you a room. So I'm literally sitting in a fucking folding chair like this, trying to sleep. It sucks. There's like 3 bathrooms for 5,000 people. My daughter had to go. Oh, it was such a nightmare. We're sitting in the hall. They finally move us into the room. And then she was so sick. We were up like every hour for days. I kept telling the doctor she needs a different medicine. She needs something else. She said, no, we have to run tests. We have to run tests. I'm like, listen, she has a regular doctor I deal with for her gastro, but just give them a call. All nice people, all nice nurses, everybody kind, but there's no place for her to shower. She needed to be showered. So finally Friday I said, look, she doesn't need to be hooked up intravenous. She could take the antibiotics by pill instead of intravenous, and she just needs to be hydrated, right? He goes, yeah, I want to take her out. He's like, okay, you can. Just make sure she's hydrated. I'm like, okay. So I took her out. God, she's doing so much better, but they started giving her the medicine Friday morning when I came back. I was literally up, coming home, doing laundry, going back. Yes, she needed laundry. She was destroying everything. Like 10 pairs of pajamas in less than 7 hours. Yeah, it was pretty rough. Anyway, so came back to give her the medicine, and I said, you need to give it to her. They finally gave it to her, and that pretty much fixed everything. I said to the doctor, I said, I love doctors because you guys know everything because you go to medical school. No offense. Many people in my family are doctors or nurses. I said, sometimes though, parents just know best. So that was that. But yes, but I'm quite tired and so on. Let me see. He said, I had bone on bone. Wow. Bone on bone arthritis. Wow. That must have been incredibly painful. Holy shit. It's hard to hear that. I don't know how they fixed that, but whatever they did, I hope it works really well for you. I really do. That's a tough, wow, that's got to be tough. My goodness. I'm really sorry to hear that, custom God. I'm glad you're getting fixed. I'm sorry to hear that you had to go through that. That sucks. But I am happy that you're getting it fixed. I really am. And you guys running out of room for your collections? I've literally expanded into 2 rooms. Some of the shit's busting out in the hallway, and I still am running out of room. And I need to find a place to put some of this shit. I really do. Just too much shit. My God. Way too much. Oh, all right. Let's end this up because I'm getting fucking tired. I got to go hit the sack. I'm exhausted. I got a kid I got to get up early for. She'll be waking me up at 6 a.m. And I got about 4 hours sleep last night. And I had an hour and a half sleep each of the night before. She kept waking me up. So not her fault. Just had to get done. But thank you guys for watching. Truly appreciate it. Let's end on a high note. Do we have a high note? What can we show here? Oh, we got a few things to show. You missed the Migo commercial in the beginning if you didn't tune in. Yeah, I'm glad she's better too, man. I didn't want to go into details of what it was like, but let's just say that Let's just not say anything. It was disgusting. It was just absolutely disgusting. The poor thing. All right, let's leave with leave a little super gulp. This is the old Italian TV show. It was a melange, if you will, or a mishmash of various cartoons they put together. They did Fantastic Four. They would read comics, like they'd show you comic frames and read them, all in Italian. They did Goldrake, who would be Grendizer or Goldorak to you guys. A lot of cool stuff. Some of it funny, some of superheroes, a lot of fun. So this was the beginning of the show. And after this, I'm going to say peace, bitches, because it's time to go.
Super good. Super good. Super gulp. Crash. Vam. Gulp. Bam. Bang. Gulp. Sick. Splash. Gulp. Fumetti in TV. Fumetti in TV. Squash. Sub. Puff. Gulp. Snap. Sock. Chaff. Gulp. Sniff. Sniff. Gulp. Fumetti in TV. Fumetti in TV. Flash. Talk. Boom. Gulp. Pan. Pan. Gulp. Scratch. Look. Gulp. Fumetti in TV. Fumetti in TV. Chuff. Chuff. Gulp. Tick. Tack. Drink. Gulp. Chew. Smack. Gulp. Fumetti in TV. Fumetti in TV. Gulp.
So for those who didn't realize, it's an old Italian cartoon. And when you watch it and they start reading the words, they're pronouncing them because the guys are reading into English. So they're pronouncing them as if they were Italian. So when they say, they're showing all these sounds like pow and sigh, S-I-G-H, and you hear sig, that's, if you really listen to it, it's kind of funny because they don't have all that stuff. But that was actually a very cool show. You would watch it. They would do a 5-minute Fantastic Four, or a 10-15-minute Goldrake, or so on. And all different things. It's some really, really neat stuff you could watch. But anyway, everybody have a great evening. Peace, bitches. Talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.